Hello, good afternoon. Can you hear me? Professor, can you hear me? Sylwia, hello. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Excellent. Thank you very much for joining us today. I'm Radosław Koszewski. Together with me, there are Piotr Kamiński, who is the president of Queen Hedvig Scholarship Foundation, and Tomasz Grajewski, who was among first who started the foundation. He's member of the council. Sylwia,
Hello.
you have 5 minutes to present yourself. Then each of us will have up to 3 minutes for Q&A. And all together we will have 1 minute to give you the feedback. Is it all clear?
Yes, of course.
Let's start.
Can you hear me? Okay.
Sure.
Yep.
Okay. Thank you. My name is Sylwia. I work at secondary school at after Prince Poniatowski in Warsaw. I graduated biotechnology many years ago, but now I teach biology at the facility. I teach basic program, so for classes like with advanced programs with mathematics and physics, but also I teach classes with advanced programs with biology and chemistry. And so my main idea is to teach them biology, but to show them not only what's in the textbooks, what's in the program, but show them what the current research is showing, what is the biotechnological part of the program, what they can do after they graduate. Because what they learn now is one thing, but what I want for them to understand is how the world works in a field of biology, biotechnology. And this leads to bioinformatics, to bioengineering. And there's a lot of things that I can show them. I'm trying to show them. I'm researching to show them. And also how they can grow, how they can develop in the, broadly speaking, biology field, to go into specific professions or specific research after they graduate the secondary school, the high school, and they go to university. Many students are interested in healthcare, especially to be doctors or veterinarians, but also the groups that are in advanced programs of chemistry, of physics, of mathematics, they are interested in data science. And a huge part of biotechnology now is data science, data mining, machine learning. And this is something that the institutes that you are cooperating with, like Massachusetts Institute of Technology or the Stanford University, they Berkeley also, they have groundbreaking researches or developments in the, especially in bioinformatics, bioengineering. And this is something that shows huge potential, especially with the CRISPR technology in biotechnology. This is groundbreaking. This changes everything from bacteria editing, from doing it for months to doing it for days or weeks even, then go to testing, then we can go to healthcare. Sorry, I did not see when I started speaking. So do I still have time? Because sure, I can go forever.
You have almost 2 minutes.
Okay, 2 minutes. Okay, so it's 5 past.
Almost.
I can go almost. Okay, so what else I can tell you about myself? This as my presentation. As you can see, the language it's not a problem. Also, what I wanted to get from the program I'm applying for, and also what I want to give my students, relate to my students, is the neuroscience, the cognitive sciences, the development of new compounds that we can then go into healthcare for them being future probably doctors, some of them at least, to understand how they work. And to understand how they work, they need to have this basic knowledge, but also not only, yes, we can do this and this at school, but the world outside is completely different. This is the world outside, the research outside of what we are teaching them from the government given program is completely different. And I really like the new innovations and the modeling that we can now achieve actually with all that AI assisted computing. I think I'm almost at the end. I don't know what else would you like to learn about me? Just like
Thank you very much for the presentation. May I ask Piotr Kamiński for the first question?
It's difficult to be the first, but Professor, you teach biology.
Yes.
What do you think? How you can develop for example, we have the meetings with the groups during the trip to the Silicon Valley, and they are talking together. They are the special kind of development to share the view, what I have seen, what I learned from the visit. How do you imagine such a meeting? How would you like, for example, you will be responsible for one group, and how would you? What is your vision? How to help the students to share them between themselves? They experience from the visit.
Okay, so if I understood the question correctly, please correct me if I got something wrong. Let's say I'm in charge of caring for a group of students or pupils, and then we go to a research facility and they see the research papers or their posters on the walls, and we can relay that into what they learned at school. So this is what we are starting at the school, what we are talking at the program we have at the school, but this is what you can do after that. So we have the basics at school, and then we can connect what they learned during the visit in the research facility with what they learned or will learn in the after years in the future, because they are not only in fourth year of the high school level. So what they will learn, how they can connect that to the knowledge they already have, and they can start thinking, if this is something that interests me, if they have questions, because they don't really see the connections, because on those posters in that research, it's not always clearly stated that the typical basic knowledge that they should have. This I can give them. I can be the connection between what they already know from their previous education and what they see in the research. Because yes, I don't do the research now, but I understand the research, and I can explain to them in maybe simpler words or simpler terms what is the CRISPR, what is the proteomics or metabolomics that they can see during the research, or how the facility works, like what's equipment in the lab, for example, because at the school, we actually don't have much of the research equipment they will see during the visit.
Thank you.
If that's what you meant.
Tomasz?
More or less, but thank you.
Tomasz, you are muted.
Yep. Professor, I'm sure you've been many times on the excursions with the students from high school, 1 day, 2 day, or even 5-day trips with the students. So, describe the worst situation you have been in during such excursions, related with the students, and how did you manage the situation? What kind of conclusions you might have from the situation, and how would you do different in this kind of crisis situation?
So the worst or the most difficult for me was
the worst, the most difficult, whatever you prefer, but just share with us, the situation and your kind of experience, how you managed, and what would you maybe do differently, after post factum.
So the worst for me right now is experience with the student. The student was, I think, 14 at the time. and she had diabetes type 1, and her blood sugar dropped like rapidly during the night, and there was like the whole the sensor went off, the phone went off because of the app, and then we had to manage it in the middle of the woods when we were on the trip without her parents, without her any of her caregivers, regular caregivers. We had to manage somehow the drop in the sugar in the blood. So she was still lucid. We were lucky enough. She was still barely conscious, but still lucid. We gave her some sugary drink with very small sips, but that was really stressful when during the night the alarms went off that there is something wrong, and we had to move from place to place to get her, to find her, and she already felt unwell, and she started to move from her room to our cabin. Let's say it was a cabin, and so she was in her room. We had to find her, so that was already a stressful situation. That we know that she is in danger, and we don't really know where she is in the woods, on the road from her cabin to our cabin. So we found her. She was still lucid. We fed her some sugar drink, and we stayed with her. Of course, we called for ambulance. We had to provide care. We had to monitor her. We had to call the parents we were on call with the parents on the loudspeaker throughout the whole incident. We were on the phone, and the parents were giving us the instructions because they know her best, and we had to care for her as best as we could. So we got her stabilized.
And what was the most difficult in this situation from your perspective now?
To remember the instructions, what the parents had given us, what to do in the case of an incident, because I do not have the illness and I don't deal with the illness on an everyday basis. At school, she never had any issues, but during the night, there was a rapid decrease, and I had to think on my feet. Okay, the instructions were this and this and this. They are in my phone. So okay, so she's lucid. I can go with the instructions in my head, in my phone, step by step, what to do. And I was really happy.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I need to interrupt you. I understand we are having a heavy storm in Warsaw right now. Therefore, the topic is also very heavy, I must say. But the time is out. The
Sorry.
time is definitely out. If I may ask you only one question, what would make you happy in a Silicon Valley? Something that you would see in a program, a person you would meet, whatever. What you
Google
expect?
compound. Google compound.
Okay. Why?
Because there's so much fame about them. There's so much information that is more or less true. I don't know. There's a lot of information going around. People are talking about them. People speculate about them. There are completely opposing views on working. People are sharing their experiences, but on the internet. But I don't know if they're true.
Got the point. Thank you very much, gentlemen. You have 10 seconds each for the feedback. Piotr.
Wonderful passion, and congratulations for your passion and for your really wonderful performance. Thank you.
Thank you.
Yep. I also like your energy. I like your comprehensive approach to what you're doing. So not only kind of basic stuff, you teach this stuff, but you really wanted to extend. And apparently you are the person that you know exactly what you want to do. So congratulations on that.
Thank you. Thank you very much, gentlemen. That was a very nice meeting. That was a pleasure.
Okay, thank you very much. I wanted to give you my feedback as well, but
sorry, I'm so sorry.
No problem. Sylwia, excellent performance. But you concentrated too much on research, too much on some scientific topics like biology, chemistry. I expected rather to hear more about yourself, not about the research, and about how you will benefit out of this scholarship to the Silicon Valley, and how you will spread the news or how you will share with your students. So this was the part I was missing here. But okay, that my feedback. Not important.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Thank you very
It was
much.
really a pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good afternoon.